It's been a week since the announcement of Hytale's cancellation. We have seen a multitude of developers come forward explaining their frustrations with Hypixel Studios, as well as the community's resurgence post Hytale's cancellation. With the hashtag SaveHytale campaign growing on Twitter, and Simon, the ex-CEO of Hypixel Studios, seeming to be interested in buying the game back, there seems to be possibly some light at the end of the tunnel. Perhaps Hytale is a game that can never be cancelled? We've previously seen Simon express his interest for purchasing back Hytale, but he confirms he'll be pursuing this venture, outlining his plans post-acquisition, if he is able to purchase the game, of course, as well as offering full transparency for this process. This situation has been brewing for the past couple of days, but recent developments show Simon's plans seem to be set in stone. Following up on his previous tweet alluding to purchasing Hytale, he confirms he will be attempting to purchase it as well as outlines his plans post-acquisition. Simon says it would require a lot less money to get something that could be released in a very early access, with temporarily removed features. We could just get the community involved ASAP in modding, bug reports, feature quests, and crowdfunding, and find ways to use shared source and open source with cash bounties to speed up production and keep the team relatively small. Guys, please, this is important. Keep your expectations extremely low, because when large companies shut down a project like this, the chances of revival are next to impossible. Yes, I made the decision. I will give my best to save Hytale, even if it's a 1% chance. It's the least I can do to the same community that gave me the opportunity to be where I am today. I will reach out, however, remember it will take a while, give it some time. It will take months to get answers and months to get done. I will share as much as possible as I go through the process. So, what could we gather from this tweet? Well, number one, he confirms his intent to purchase Hytale, building upon his previous tweet where he hints at the possibility, not only that this is true, but he's aiming to release in a very early access version with reduced features to minimize costs, as well as getting the game to the players as soon as possible. Which honestly, I think we could all agree upon. This was the right move from the beginning. To have a community first, creative-driven game, you need to foster your community with the product as soon as possible, to achieve not only development goals, but to keep the hype alive. His primary focus involving the community involves modding, bug reports, feature requests, and he even mentions crowdfunding, which is something that interests me. Suppose Riot Games proposes an extensive offer, which possibly Simon isn't able to meet. This is when he would be able to launch perhaps a crowdfunding to help fund the purchase for Hytale and even cover the development costs post-acquisition. With all this being said, don't get your hopes up too high. He urges the community to keep expectations to be extremely low. It's better to be pleasantly surprised than get your hopes up and have them crushed. Although, in one form or another, I truly believe this game could never be cancelable. Whether it's developed into a spiritual successor from a completely different team, or revived by the ex-CEO, I don't think Hytale is going anywhere. Switching gears to more of a content discussion, Simon responds to a tweet from In the Littlewood, confirming that he believes there was over 15 hours of soundtrack, equating to over 200 tracks made for the game. To think we've only heard 13 or so of these soundtracks truly puts into scale just how big the game is. He finishes his tweet by saying, "All of it behind a vault right now, never to be heard. Only a handful of people had the chance to hear it. I will do everything in my power to find the key. Break the curse of release. Let's bring it home." Ultimately, everything is up to Riot now to decide whether or not they will sell it to Simon or offer equity to some extent. In the most recent of conversations, Simon replies to a video made by 30virus, where he explains how it is essential to just launch, as he says. It takes courage to release an unfinished product. The search for perfection is a curse. The high expectations become bigger and bigger with time and promises. When you start to rewrite every single system, and even things like music, you have lost the plot. Like you said, our Minecraft server still uses 1.8 backend. It's like 10 years old, but yet it didn't stop us from making content for Minecraft during that time. The community can and would support Hytale 100%. Just take someone to just launch. This seems to be a jab at the new engine rewrite when Hypixel Studios decided to completely switch gears and lose all of their progress to cater to a new engine, ultimately leading to the downfall of Hytale and eventually its cancellation. Honestly, I'm in full support of Simon releasing the game as fast as possible, so we can provide player feedback, but I may be a bit biased because we've been waiting for 6 years, but who's counting anyways? And that wraps up today's video talking about the exciting news about Simon inching closer and closer to potentially getting Hytale back. With everything in the palm of Riot's hands and Simon's complete transparency on this decision, And the process going further, we're going to continue giving live updates over on our Discord server daily, so if you want to stay up to date, join now with the link in the description below. And as always, we'll keep posting big developments on the story here as long as we keep getting Hytale news. Until next time, this has been Ani, signing off for now, bye bye.